Now I would like to request Tauchi-san to please be on stage, and also request Sarah-san to be on stage. So Sarah-san will be handing over a letter for Consulate-General of Japan in Mumbai, Fukahori-san, and Tauchi-san will be receiving it on his behalf. Sarah-san, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Tauchi-san. So Sato-san is Deputy Consul General with Consulate-General of Japan in Mumbai. Now he will be delivering his keynote speech, but I think
okay, Mr. President Deshmukh, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure to address you all today. First of all, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Indo Japan Business Council for organizing this event. Konnichiwa Pune will bring together India and Japan in the context with various aspects like culture, business, and education. This will be a great opportunity for everyone to experience both Indian and Japanese culture together. I'm sure that this festival will further strengthen the friendship between our two countries. Taking this opportunity, I extend my sincere condolences to all the people who lost their lives because of COVID-19, and also for my heartfelt sympathy to all those now in the battle with the disease. I also my profound gratitude to many people providing support for our medical health. Japan and India share the fundamental values and strategic interests. Under the special strategic and global partnership, I'm glad to say that our current bilateral relationship is stronger than ever and further expanding in all aspects, political, economic, and cultural fields. As you may know, on October 4th, Mr. Fumio Kishida was elected as the new Prime Minister of Japan and has formed his cabinet. Just 4 days after October 8th, the Prime Minister Kishida spoke with Prime Minister Modi on telephone. This demonstrates that our new Prime Minister continued to attach utmost importance to our relationship with India like his predecessors. The two leaders have concurred to further develop the Japan-India bilateral relations and work closely. So please move to the next slide. The international community has entered a period of the historical transformation due to the global pandemic. When we look at the Indo-Pacific region and continue to witness unilateral attempts to change the status quo by force or coercion, the roles Japan and India need to play in this region are becoming more and more critical. Here we must emphasize the importance of acting in accordance with the international rule and driving the effort at the rule making that will ensure the stability for the coming age. This is exactly what the free and open Indo-Pacific envisions. And I believe it is part of the mission of the Japan's foreign policy to harness this philosophy into the tangible outcomes and promote it to even wider area of the world. This vision consists of 3 elements. First, the promotion of the fundamental principle of international community, such as the rule of law, freedom of navigation, and free trade. Second, the pursuit of economic prosperity through the enhancement, stability, including through the quality infrastructure. Third, the commitment to the peace and stability in the field, such as capacity building for the maritime enforcement, disaster risk control, and nuclear non-proliferation. With this recognition, Japan and India are committed to this vision, and we have together based on shared values such as democracy, rule-based international order. In accordance with fundamental principle, we have jointly promoted collaboration. Moreover, as Prime Minister Modi unveiled the Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative, which has a lot in common with the Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific vision. Japan has become one of its lead countries to move this initiative forward. So please move on to the next slide. Thank you. We have seen the progress in the cooperation between our defense authority in recent years. In addition to the first ever Japan-India 2+2 ministerial meeting in 2019, we now see the bilateral exercise of all the three forces, Navy, Army, and Air Force. Also, Malabar 2020 last year with Australia's initial participation is considered a very positive development. Let me mention about Quad. The Quad is one of the key frameworks to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific. On September 24, Mr. Suga, then the Prime Minister of Japan, attended the Japan, Australia, India, US summit meeting. The four leaders, including Prime Minister Modi, welcomed the summit meeting as demonstrating the four countries' strong unity and robust commitment to the Indo-Pacific region, and reaffirmed they will work toward the realization of free and open Indo-Pacific for security and prosperity of the region. The four leaders agreed that the four countries share the basic value and are committed to reinforcing free and open international order based on rule of law. They also concerned further strengthen the quadrilateral cooperation and to support principles such as freedom, navigation, the overflight, peaceful settlement of the disputes, democratic value, and territorial integrity. In his speech on last October, Prime Minister Kishida also expressed his determination to fully defend the universal value in cooperation with our ally, including India, and making use of the Quad, Japan will vigorously promote the free and open Indo-Pacific. We hope that this kind of framework will maintain and strengthen the momentum of the cooperation among four countries. Please move to the next slide. As for the economy, the strong Japan-India relationship is based upon our strong economic ties. As of today, more than 1,400 Japanese companies operating in India, and their trade and investment are flourishing. I believe that it is imperative for India to stay connected to the global market in all sectors, and there is a potential economic gain that India could have by connecting its market with the rest of the world. So by the way of the illustration, let us compare the export sales to total sales ratio of the Japanese company operating in the various places in Asia. The exports ratio of Japanese company in many ASEAN countries are in the upper 40 to the 50% zone, meaning that they export roughly half of what they produce in this country. Even Japanese company in China have the 33% export sales ratio. On the other hand, in India, export sales ratio of Japanese company remains at the low of the 80%, almost half of that in China. This shows how companies operating in India are still very much focused on the domestic market and not so much on export. When we consider the fact that the export-oriented company have the tendency to show the better profit focus, I believe that there is still much room to be gained in India connected itself deeper and wider into the other region. This gain is not limited to the traditional trade of goods. We all know that India, the home to the many startups, the pandemic has escalated the rate of the digital transformation, and these startup companies have the money to meet the expectation of the people using the digital technology. The Indo-Pacific can offer the broader customer base this company, and indeed, we are witnessing Indian startups expanding their business in Asia. India's excellent human resources in the area of IT and Japan's strengths in technology, quality, and the vast supply chain it has in Asia could be combined to bring the benefits to all the people of the region. From the standpoint of the business environment in India, very honestly speaking, I must say that the Japanese companies still feel India is a harder place to do the business compared to the ASEAN country in terms of the regulation, tax system, and labor relation, and so on. Japan and India need to take advantage of the current post-pandemic recovery phase and bring positive change to the bilateral economic dynamics by strengthening the supply chains and improving the business environment. Of course, we must admit that Japanese company investing in India must have some improvements in their business practices. We often hear the complaints from the Indian business people such as Japanese people are not good at English. Japanese decision-making process is very difficult to understand and taking a lot of time to make a clear decision. So it is a waste of time, etc. However, on the other hand, Japanese companies also have the advantage that once they make a decision, they execute it quickly, and they are sure to proceed until the results are achieved. In order to further promote the Japanese company advance into the Indian market, both sides have to understand each other, and Indian business people should give the latest information on India, especially to the Japanese companies executive level at their head offices, so they could strongly impress the future potential of Indian market and its business environment. Indians and Japanese are very close value, and I don't think there is decisive differences in the way of thinking between them. It is true that India and Japan have the different customs and languages, but in such a situation, if we interact with each other in heart-to-heart manner, I believe that all business will succeed. So please move to the next slide. On the one of the last elements of our friendship can be found in the Japan Offshore Development Assistance to India, which started in the 1958. Since some time ago, Japan has consistently been the largest partner to India. In fact, the largest portion of Japan's ODAs go to India. Japan and India have been partnering for the social and economic development for many years. Japan has been keen to support building the quality infrastructure for India's better future. The Mumbai Ahmedabad high-speed rail project is a prime example. I know how complex the high-speed rail project is, but this is our flagship project, which symbolizes a solid Japan-India friendship. Through joint effort, Japan technical expertise and know-how will be transferred to India, not only with the amazing speed of Brit train, but also that this project will provide a fresh outlook to the Indian railway system and its culture, with top-level safety, comfort, and convenience. The project also can reshape the way Indian cities will look like in the future as a transit-oriented city. Furthermore, the fact that this construction work will to be executed by the renowned Indian company cannot be overemphasized. I believe that this project will surely help the Indian economy with much needed support and job creation. Please move on to the next slide. Next, let me introduce another two Japanese ODA projects around the Mumbai. One is Mumbai Metro Line 3 project. This project is provided loan for the construction of the mass transit system with the total length of approximately 34 kilometers in the Mumbai metropolitan area. As a result of this project, it is expected to reduce the traffic congestion and pollution, as well as strengthen the industrial competitiveness for economic development of the metropolitan area. Another one is the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link project. The objective of this project is to improve the connectivity in the Mumbai metropolitan region by constructing a sea bridge connecting the Mumbai with the Navi Mumbai, mitigating traffic congestion and promote the economic development. I think that all these projects together will create efficient and modern transport infrastructure in Mumbai as the economic center of India. So let's move to the next slide. So thank you. So for over years, COVID-19 has been restricting our movements and face-to-face contact in the international exchange, including our Japanese cultural event. Therefore, it is painful to see that our Indian friends have the severely limited opportunity to interact with Japanese people and its culture. I think that the city of Pune is a place of diversity and that the Japanese society is currently much more internationalized than when I was young. So I'm sure it will continue to grow even with the pandemic. Due to the pandemic, most activity are offered by online. It is unlikely for why that Indian people in the region will gather face-to-face our consulate event, where the sometimes unexpected encounters and novel outcome could emerge. However, the consulate is actively exploring how to promote a mutual understanding between Japan and India. Japanese consulate, in cooperation with Indian people and organizations, offer the various international exchange opportunities. By combining the knowledge of you have gained from books and media reports about Japan with what you actually experience through our international exchange events, you will surely acquire the ability to respond to the global society and find out new Japan. If you wish to learn more about other cultures as well as Japan, we will do everything we can to support you. If I take a look at the border picture, I see that the number of people who learn the Japanese language in India has been increasing. This fact affirms the strong tie of friendship between two countries. Last Saturday, I attended a Japanese speech contest in Mumbai. I was deeply moved and sincerely respected the young Indian competitors who have studied Japanese hard and showed great results in this contest despite the difficult situation of COVID-19. We hope that the more Indian educational institutions would provide the students with the high quality Japanese language education that meet the need of students to study in Japan or work in Japanese company. The Japanese Consulate will always there to render our support to this endeavor. Except the past 2 years that was overshadowed by the pandemic, people-to-people exchanges between Japan and India have been on an increasing trend. Particularly, the number of Indian students who have studied in Japan has increased 2.5 times over the past 5 years. However, if we compare it to China, which has approximately the same population as India, the number of Indian students studying in Japan is only about 2% of that of China. I do not think that this is because the Japanese universities are not attractive enough for the Indian student as the destination, but because there are the less opportunity for exchange, especially for the young generation. Unfortunately, the recent pandemic has made it even more challenging to have the direct exchanges. For this reason, we believe that further efforts are needed to work with the Indian educators to raise the interest in the value of exchange between the Japanese and Indian universities. Deepened academic exchange will help to nurture the human resources as well as the mutual understanding and will make our partnership even more robust. So please move to next slide. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next year, Japan and India are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the establishing of the diplomatic relation. I do hope that the start of this new cooperation will give you the impetus to the people-to-people exchange between the two countries. I am sure that students who learn Japanese or study in Japan will be the ones who will build our future and a strong friendship. Japan and India are Asia's two largest and oldest democracies with ancient cultural links and enduring goodwill between their peoples. In the year of 2022, when we will celebrate the 75th anniversary of Indian independence, we will also march into the 70th anniversary of our diplomatic relation. Our bilateral relations have a long history and vast potentials. I hope this special year of 2022 will provide us with a renewed opportunity to work together based on our shared values. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your detailed description related to trade, your future vision about India and Japan. We also sincerely thank you and your team for supporting us for this event. So Consulate-General of Japan in Mumbai is not only supporting us this year, they are with us since the beginning of Konnichiwa Pune. So 2018, they were there with us. 2019, they supported us. They were a co-host in 2019 also, and now 2021. So we believe that together we will make the mission of bringing both these two nations more closer in terms of people to people connect, business and trade. This mission will be successful. So thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
Consulate-General of
Thank
Japan.
you very much. Anyway, so thank you very much. Give me the opportunity to address this occasion. So I hope that your Konnichiwa Pune will be succeed at this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.